Hello everyone, my name is AZZATRU, how are you, and welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video of mine. In this video, we shall be exploring Felucia's out-of-bounds areas and discovering any secrets the map may hold in these inaccessible areas. I love making videos like this and have done one for every single map in the game, but unfortunately, Cine Tools does not work anymore and probably will never ever again. So we cannot go through things, we cannot look under the map and terrain, for example. However, I will do the next best thing, which will be flying around the map without any boundaries, with a jetpack and showing you areas that you have never seen before. Before we start our adventure, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to support the channel. Thank you. Let's start our adventure by taking a look at the Felucian farmers up on the rock structures. Unfortunately, invisible walls do prevent me from going any closer, but these were spotted in a video I made a few days ago. If you missed that, go check it out after this video. I find a bunch of Easter eggs you may not have noticed in Felucia, and those farmers are part of it. Now, if we take a look at the clone juggernauts, which are absolutely awesome and beautiful and huge, there's actually 3 of them on the map. Most people think there's just 1, or you may have spotted 2, but there's actually 3. The further back you go, there is a 3rd one, which you really can't see from the playable area, which is quite funny, but it is there, and they're all fully detailed. You can't go inside them. I thought maybe there'd be some clipping issues, maybe no collision, but you can't get in them. I tried jumping on the wheels to jump on top, and the jetpack just doesn't push me up high enough, unfortunately. But as we make our way far from the juggernauts, you can see how big this map is. The landscape is absolutely beautiful, and of course this isn't entirely polished because it is far out, and this seems like it was left unfinished on purpose, just like all the other maps, because a lot of it is really low quality assets. And you can see that we've got these really big popping out the floor structures for no reason, and a lot of the plants don't actually touch the floor, they're hovering above. So let me speed it up a little bit because, well, it takes a while to get to the edge of the map, but this is the edge of the floor basically. If I fell down here, I will just keep on falling. It literally goes on for miles and probably won't get me killed because there is no actual death collision. Let's speed up once again and just keep on jumping around using the jetpack to take a look at these huge structures. Unfortunately, some of the structures I try getting up on do have invisible walls and I can't get up to the top of them, but there were some that I were able to get up, which I'll share with you later. But just look at these canyons. There are huge canyons here with incredible detail. I'm just surprised that all the plants are here and how good performances. This map is really well optimized, and the game in general is really well optimized. The fact that they have this level of detail, so many tens, hundreds of thousands of plants, millions of plants, this scale is just incredible, and no performance drops whatsoever. But this is the tallest I think I got when exploring Felucia, because I couldn't get any taller. All of the other rocks basically had invisible walls. Like, for example, I'm not even touching the rock. I'm literally floating on air because there is some sort of invisible wall there, and it took me a while to get around. There was even some instances where I would get stuck and would have to respawn. But just look at this incredible canyon right here. And we've got a couple of plants up there, which is kind of funny because they're not elsewhere. They're just like 3 of them, and that's it. But it's huge. The scale of this map is absolutely incredible. It reminds me of the Geonosis Galactic Assault map. We did do an exploration video on that one, and that was just incredible. If you didn't see that, please go check it out after this video because you will be surprised just how big that map actually is. Now, this is a bit of like of a beach, which is pretty cool. There's a couple of plants. It's a bit nicer looking. There's, you know, it looks a little bit more friendly, but there is all this liquid, and I was struggling to get up the sides because what happens is if you're moving with the jetpack, you can't activate the jetpack, like if you're running sort of thing on a part of rock. So every time I was like spamming the jetpack button, it wouldn't let me jump up. I have to wait till I fall back down, stand still, and then I can activate it. It's really annoying, and it made this video quite hard to make. It took over an hour to record this, and I've edited this down quite heavily. Now let's move on to taking a look at the droid spawn with the hailfire droid, the landing craft, the MTTs. Let's get a close look at that hailfire droid in just a little while, but I tried getting into the landing craft. Unfortunately there is collision, so I could not get into it, which is such a shame because when we used Cine Tools we could see that it was actually fully textured inside. But I had a theory, maybe there is a little bit of missing collision, and there was. You can do a little bit of peek on the underside just to see inside it. It's not the best view, but it's essentially the same inside as what we've seen before on my other videos when I use Cine Tools. But I had a hunch, maybe the side misses collision as well, and I was right. There is no collision there, so I could actually get in to an extent, but it was the furthest I could go. I couldn't actually get through the side. I kept trying different jumping angles to see if I could find this missing spot of collision, but that is not possible. Here we have this really awesome green fire that Felucia has, and the hailfire droid, which is on a really funny course. It goes around, it shoots some rockets, goes around again, fires some rockets, and then the Juggernaut will blow it up, and it's pretty funny to be honest, especially when I just landed on it. Unfortunately, there is no collision on the hailfire droid. I was hoping I'd be able to jump on it and let it take me for a ride, but there is no collision, which sucks. It's just a completely fall-through model, so it will just go straight through you if you do try this yourself. And it's such a shame because it would have been pretty cool to see, because it just goes so fast. It's just so specific in the path it goes, and it's just really awesome. I would have loved to see what happened if it did blow up when I was on top of it, but unfortunately you can't do that. Now let's move on to the MTTs, which are quite close to the playable area and like the boundary of out of bounds. These are pretty cool looking and you can get on top of them, but that's basically it. There's nothing really of interest here, but nevertheless it's cool to see. Now let's try and get even higher up in the playable area. There was a lot of invisible walls and a lot of parts where it was sticking me into the ground. I had to keep respawning. It took me a while to keep respawning and flying back up here, but the view is absolutely incredible of this map. Seriously, it just looks stunning above the ground, and there is a lot of rock structures you can get on, but there is also a lot that do have invisible walls which stick you and stop you from going further, which is really annoying because I really wanted to get higher, but as you can see the map loads in a little bit weird sometimes. But that's okay because we are well out of bounds and we shouldn't be here, but we are breaking the game to see if there is anything out there. But here's something in the playable area you can get up. You can actually use the jetpack to get up on top of this watchtower, this water tower sort of thing, and it's pretty cool actually. It took a while to get up there because there was some really weird collision stopping you from getting on, but you can get up there and you can sit on the top of it. You can get on the top if you're risky enough, and you can see all around the map, and it might be a good spot in instant action or co-op against the AI. I would say they might not be able to see you or shoot you, but I haven't tried that out. There's a manta that's just flying around, well, a ripper I should say, and then we have the Sarlacc pit. I thought I'd see if I could just jump straight into it, and I did without fail. And then there is this area which is close to it, but it gets you killed for some reason as soon as you land on it. I don't know why. But so I thought I'd go a little bit further out and see if there was anything else to explore in this sort of area. And it's just a lot of landscape. There is very few plants and there isn't a lot going on, to be honest. It's just huge structures you would not be able to see from the playable area. And a lot of it just has really bad collision as well. But let's jump off the edge of the world, eh? Let's see what happens. What happens when you jump off the edge of the world? Well, there is still a few rock structures where you can have a nice view of the landscape. The thing is, there is huge structures outside the floor, so I don't know if they're able to, you'd be able to, for example, jump on them like I have been doing, but there would be no way to get up there because there's no floor. So as soon as you jump off this line here is when you just fall, and we're just going to do that now. And as you can see, you just keep on falling, you can't control anything, and for some reason it literally took control of my character and just took it going to the side. It was really, really weird, and I lost control and I just let it take me to the edge to see what happened, because usually it just lets you fall and then you die eventually. But this took me to the edge, held me onto the edge. Yeah, I got stuck, basically. I had to kill myself. But thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you would like to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe and drop a like on this video. Comment below your thoughts on everything I've shown you in this video. Check out any of the 2 previous videos on screen if you did miss them, and I shall see you all in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.